on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trick Shot Sports Production that does not miss. Jam play at the near side post, unable to get it to go as they'll pull things back out up high. These two teams playing in their penultimate games of round-robin play before the realignment into A through D division for the semifinals and playoff. The Calgary Canucks Bulls walking it off last night. They came away with a shootout win early in the day and then an OT win to cap off day number one. It was a penalty shot save in OT. The one responsible for the save. And then a wicked shot from the point makes it through traffic and into the back of the goal to end the night on a very happy note for all those supporting the Bulls. As now here today, this Calgary squad looking to go 3-0 on their round-robin play. And then, of course, the schedule here for the U17 prep. On the other rink, we're going to get the St. Albert Flyers and Rink Winnipeg starting at 3:30 over on Zender. That's a nice thing is that all these games happening relatively close together as far as when they start, so you don't have to wait long to try and see what the playoff picture is going to look like for tomorrow. As the pass picked off in front of the benches, as Brady Shane on the right wing side, cuts hard to the middle, loose puck in front. Wilson Kurnoff is there and collapses on top of a loose puck. Second game of the day as well too, so Kurnoff a shot at redemption here this out here. So Valley West looking to try and tie this game up at one. Panache wins it back to the line, shot into the corner and around. As Mahabub plays it back in the near side, here's Panache. In behind the cage, out the other side. He'll pass it back to the line for Yuvraj Sidhu. Good play at the line. Here's a shot wide of the goal. Chisholm watched it go, knew it wasn't going to make any contact. Back to the line. Feeds it across from left to right. Running out of time and space. Good one-time pass. Here's Panache into the middle. Had Shergill there, but just on his offhand side. In behind the goal, Mahabub. Looking for somebody to pass to. Contact on the near side corner. As a big hit there by Omani. Far side. And a big save by Chisholm. Beautiful stuff by the netminder as Shergill had time to line that up, and it was a big stop off of the blocker of Chisholm. And it's in! The puck centered in front, and it goes up the... Leads to an unfortunate bounce. And this will be as Matthew Marshall making himself known there as Panache. Play comes together on that far side. Then left wing, loading, firing into the glove. And the netminder will drop it. He gave him a few seconds to decide about it as that one chipped up the other direction. Played off of the boards. As Armstrong contact against the wall. They'll play it ahead left wing side. Herscher fanned on the clearing attempt. Second one escapes. Yuvraj Sidhu with it though. Near side, leaves it in behind the cage. Bit of trouble with it, takes the hit to make the play. And a cross seam exit pass goes off of the far side boards. Controlled there in their own zone by Kyle Pugsley. Pugsley passes it up to Mahabub. Into the zone, Shergill after it. As Trevor Shergill causes the turnover. Here's a shot, blockered away by Chisholm. And towards the goal, off the side, shoveled in front. Mahabub can't get to it as Goodfellow has a couple of players with him. He'll play it off of the boards, and that is iced. 1-1 your score with 12:10 left. Current, they have been riding high here at this. And they chip it around in behind the cage. Shergill will go back after it. Puck reversed as Armstrong, a little stop and go, tried to feed Peterson, knocked down by Shergill. Just a wrecking ball back there. Sharp angle shot, a nice save on the rebound as well. Tried to chop it in front. Demelli sends it back up high, across. Here's a shot from the blue line, blocked by Peterson. Icing waved off Back for it is Pugsley. Stolen. In on goal is Hess. Stops. Pulls it back out. Here's a shot by Sullivan. Denied by Wilson Kurnoff. Towards the middle. Valley West intercept. They'll play it ahead as they work up the near wing. And Otten stops the play back the other direction. The Bulls on the right wing. Again, Mason Hess. Following up in behind the cage was Chase Collins. Contact against the end wall here. Up through the neutral zone, across the red line. As two players pushing and shoving in front of the benches. Offside is the call, as it was Panache and Armsky out for a shift. Alongside Nathan Stumer. And the Bulls go to the right wing this time. Over the red line, they dump it into the backhand as Shergill laid the body. Stops up down low, try to play it up the near wing. Was Yuvraj Singh Sidhu. Bulls will carry to the right wing once again. Goodfellow, nice move into the attacking zone. Leaves it into the middle. Peterson came off of the blue line, but it's knocked away by the defense. Bulls, rink-wide feed to the... As the Calgary Canucks Bulls are back up by 1. Davis dumps that one into the opposite corner. Icing waved off. As the pass up to Shergill, a one-time feed, and then an awkward play there as the player got caught up. Offside going to be the call. Up on a play, I was distracted by the player that wiped out on the near side and was tangled up with one of the Valley West Giants. As the shot into the far right corner, sent around and behind the cage by Marshall. And Shergill, a backhand tip, that came out of the zone. It hit one of the Bulls as they were trying to exit, so that will be offside. Solid day of hockey so far. We've had a lot of good close contests here on the Dale Fisher Rink here at the GFL Twin Arena in Devon, home of NAX and the Devon Extreme. Shot off the crossbar and up out of play. And that has been a commonality today. Afterwards, for the Northwest Calgary Flames, they had a ton of post shots into the corner as Peterson tries to clear. He gets it past Marshall, who will quickly reverse. And the timing just not quite right as Mahabub was still in the zone. Valley West, only 15 seconds left. They'll see if they can find a buzzer beater here. Marshall to the outside, drops it off for Yuvraj Sidhu. Yuvraj Singh Sidhu. Back to the line. Marshall across. Here's a one-timer, whistles high. Sidhu. Time runs out, but they come away. It's banging like crazy. And you'll love to see it. That's the kind of energy that the Canadian Crown inspires. We have had all manner of just about everything you could ask for in the world of hockey. Fan support, player energy. Nice deke. In on goal. He scores! See it. U15 Elite. And that is going to be a massive showcase with a lot of attention upon it, and you bet there's going to be a lot of scouts there. Scouts already present at this one as well too, and we've had a lot of good fan support all throughout the tournament so far. That's just the wonder of the beast, as the hockey is a sport that brings people together, and especially all the family that are watching online and then have made the trip out to come see the players in person as well. Happy to be able to bring this to you. If you weren't able to make it here, we appreciate the support of the players all the same. Here's another shot by Parmar into the glove of Chisholm. 3 minutes gone by here in the second period yesterday, but both of them coming in overtime, so they only get 4 points up on the board. So they have the same amount as both the Flyers as well as Rink Winnipeg. Between this rink and the one next to us, had a lot up their sleeve this weekend. Shot right in on Wilson Kurnoff once again. Another face-off going to go on that right wing circle from our perspective too. Face-off won by the Giants as Valley West playing their games out of the LEC, the home of the Vancouver Giants in the WHL. As Parmar sees an opportunity, feeds it ahead and behind the defense. Shergill drops it off. Here's Mahabub with the shot. It's blocked. Never got through. Puck will come over to the near side, flipped ahead, and then poked on as the Calgary Canucks Bulls break down the near side. They'll reverse it back up high. Doesn't get much farther. Vanderlinden into the slot, knocked away by Shergill. Here's Mahabub. Mahabub for this middle frame. The defender way in deep to go after that one. A couple of pushes and shoves there as they separate. Puck will be against that far wall. It escapes the zone as Herscher applying some pressure, forcing a quick feed. And then the Canucks Bulls. Back it goes to Demelli, across to Pugsley. Thrown ahead. Shergill looking to chase after it as Peterson winds his way through his own zone. Down the wing, nice toe drag, deflected wide of the cage and comes around to the near side corner. 12:54 left here in this second period. Parmar with it deep in his own zone. Fanned on the pass, still made it to Shergill though, as he'll send the puck across the ice. Bounced off of the wall and ended up behind the Bulls' goal. As down low was Mahabub in on the forecheck. Here's the dump and chase play. The flavor of choice for the Bulls as Garansky plays it to the middle. Stands up on Maul as the puck at the zone there, knocked free by Garansky and then sent in by Mahabub. Calling for it at the opposite blue line, pass up the middle. Chasing after it, here goes Brady Shane. Shane bumped with Garansky. Now works it up to the high slot. And maintain this lead. There's been a couple of times now where this Valley West Giants squad has responded in a big way when they need to answer the bell. Heavy physicality against the corner boards as Parmar taken down. As Wilson Kurnoff saying that should have been a board. And some slow going there for Parmar as he goes off of the ice. Centering feed out the near side as Brady Shane just missed the contact with the puck. Rounded behind the cage. Far side with it is Demelli up. As they'll work it back to the line. Shot through traffic. Wilson Kurnoff sends it wide. As they'll send it off of the boards and down the other side. Looking to chip it forward. As the contact there, a big shove by, I believe that was Pugsley. Yes, upended one of the Bulls. Around the outside is Parmar, taking it to the wall, unable to make a clean play on the puck. Reversed over to the near side. Held into the line by Garansky, takes the shot wide of the goal. The biscuit on that far side of the Bulls zone. It's sent down the ice. And it will be iced indeed. Down to 3:36 here for the Valley West Giants. They can't get frustrated. I think they might have already been released by now. Pass across. Here's Marshall at the line. Right side of the right dot. Looking towards the cage. Snap it across. They do have Yuvraj Sidhu ready for the 1T. Left side. Just inside the circle. Shoots down low. Missed wide. Rebound. Another one off the side of the cage. Back to the line it goes, left point for Sidhu. Sidhu back to the line for Marshall. Right circle now. Strong side as they go back to Marshall. Now over to Sidhu. They're working it around the outside. A high shot gobbled up by Chisholm. Still a minute 24 left. As now Jesse Parmar, the most recent goal scorer for Valley West, out on the ice here to take the draw. Right wing side as they chip it down low for Mahabub. Mahabub in behind the cage finds Parmar upstairs and into the equipment of the netminder. So if they are as Vanderlinden sends it down to Valley West territory, a backhand puts it into the neutral zone, and the pinball game continues. Back and forth it goes. The seesaw continues to teeter-totter. Another giveaway in the neutral zone. Into the attack again. Armstrong, left wing, fake, shot, loose in front. And on that far side, Wilson Kurnoff trying to get the pad down in time. He does to the back door. as the puck ends up in behind the cage and now to the near side corner. Back out in front with a power move. Reaching for it, a couple of shots, blocked, never makes it through to the netminder. Here come the Giants again, and they will be offside as Mahabub was ahead of Shergill on that goal, sitting at a three-way tie. CIHA played earlier today over on the Zender rink. And then it will be the 8:30 game, or rather 8 o'clock game here as Red Deer versus Caribou. Coming back into their own zone, Peterson, the captain, tracking down the puck, pokes it away from Shergill. There's a shot right in on Chisholm, and he'll leave it for the captain. Peterson stops up near side, plays it off of the wall, goes back to Sadu, takes the hit to make the play. Peterson in behind the cage as Pinal. That one gets away from Pugsley. They'll say it was touched as he goes back for it. As Pugsley under pressure there. In a backhand little chip. Giants trying to break free on the wing. They'll play it across the face-off dot and up the middle. Puck will come near side. Davis around and behind the cage. As the Valley West Giants towards the middle. Kicked aside by the defense as Davis plays it over right wing side. Here's Vanderlinden, dumps it in. As that will be in the glove of Wilson Kurnoff. This third period so far, most of their damage has come on the rush here in this tournament. Lots of skill on display. We've seen Manan and Parmar utilize those hands. We'll see if we get that again here. Onside, centering play, stopped by Chisholm, and he will just cover up. As the officials separate with it here, but with skill like Valley West Giants possesses, they've shown that they can score at a moment's notice. If you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. If you're the Bulls, you're looking for a cushion here. You might want at least one more before we get to the late stages. Centering pass, blocked. And it'll come back to the left point. Peterson fanned on the initial shot, so he'll just ring that one around to behind the cage. Tried to play it back out in front. Comes up the half wall to the blue line as the Giants, a big reverse hit there by Parmar. Right wing side, trying to work their way in. Here's a backhand play to the middle, and Wilson Kurnoff slid across, but it just was out of the reach of Hess for the one-timer. DeMelli battling down low. Peterson retreats at the blue line as the Giants try and use the window, but they miss and put it into their benches. Now watch the play and make sure you don't end up taking far side as they try and play it towards the front of the goal. Around the boards, back to the line. Tried to fire it ahead, no good. As the Valley West Giants shot through, Chisholm will send it to the far wall. Mahabub leaves it to the blue line. Again, Valley West here looking to try and tie this game up at 3. Shergill comes out from in front of the goal, and it rings around to the left point. Yuvraj Singh Sidhu. Puck sent down the ice. Doesn't have the legs for icing as DeMelli back for it. Treg DeMelli, the AP. Head for Shergill as Shergill drops it off right wing side. Shot. And the netminder uses the twig to send it up and out of play. Going to be Goodfellow. Wonderful opportunity to tie this game up at 3. Nice hold at the blue line. Marshall plays it down as Parmar gets it back, feeds it up to the captain. Marshall across, Sidhu in the middle. Shergill denied by Chisholm. Far side, Davis just trying to kill off as much time as possible on this man advantage. As it's chipped up to the line, held in, patience paying off as the passing lane opens up. As Sidhu to the line, held in by Marshall across to Parmar. Parmar tried to go rink wide over to Sidhu, and a clear by Collins. Turning onto the forehand, under pressure is Matthew Marshall, down to 1:16 on the power play. As the Valley West Giants, an opportunity with the man advantage. Down by 1 with an opportunity to try and seal the deal here. Valley West with the man advantage, can't still get out of their zone right now. In behind the cage, they'll play it up. Far wing, still 40 seconds left with the power play here for Valley West. As Peterson just pinning it against the wall, the official asking for it to be moved. It's still loose in the skates there. Good work by Peterson. As everybody digging away, there's 4 Giants there. Tried to center it across, and they couldn't get it to Panache, who is cutting right down Main Street. Net is empty. 15 seconds left on the power play, so it's 6-on-4 with the man advantage. 1:43 left in regulation. Manan with all the speed in the world. Takes it to the far side, feeds it back to the blue line. Snap across to Parmar. Parmar shoved down near side. Tried to knock that one away with his glove, but it was sent down the other direction. 40 seconds left now. We're back to 5-on-5, but we're